Welcome to Off the Leash. My name is Jason Kenzie.
And I'm Izik Nox.
And this is a show about everything animal news related from around the world. On this episode, we're not talking about 45 snakes on a plane, but 45 snakes under a house. A car breaks into a bear. A bear breaks into a car, not for honey.
We also have a story about my little seeing eye pony.
Our first story goes all the way to Texas. There was an owner of a house that wanted to get his cable hooked up to his TV set. When he called the cable man, they found incredible 45 rattlesnakes. And some of them were huge, not like tiny. One of them was at least 6 feet long. There's a video online that you can watch. And for once, someone filmed it, not with their cell phone, up and down.
That sounds pretty incredible. I mean, most people film up and down all the time.
Damn it, stop it. Film sideways. He told his boss, look, we need to get these rattlesnakes out of here.
Yeah, probably because he was confusing them for cables. He would pull one out and be like, no, this is not the cable. Pulled another one, this is not the cable again. And then he realized they were all snakes, and he's like, well, damn it. This will make my job much more difficult, and I get paid piecework, so I'm not going to make any money on this.
He's like, damn it. They say don't cut the rad wire. This one pretty much cut me. So when the cable man almost got bit in the leg, ran out of there scared, and the owner called the right people to come and get these snakes.
Snake handler.
It was a snake whisperer. So he spent half an hour out there going, okay, come on. Yeah, that's what snake whisperers do, I imagine.
And when that didn't work, they called another man with a flute.
But that didn't work too, because after about 5 minutes of blowing it, all the rats and mice came out. So then he found out that I have a huge rat and mouse infestation. So they had to call a second person to come in and get those guys. They also got out about 14 elephants, 16 monkeys, a bunch of sharks, and a potato. Don't ask me why the potato was under there. I don't make this up. This is real stuff.
Links down below. Needless to say, their first cable bill came out to $1,000. Jason, what type of snakes were they? Were they all different varieties?
All eastern diamondback rattlesnakes.
I'm actually surprised how the owner would not have heard, all this rattling underneath their house. Were they thinking, oh, what's that sound? I probably need to get cable.
To this day, he still hasn't got his cable hooked up yet. And he's still being charged by the cable company because that's what they do. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
They pulled the snakes from underneath the house and released them into their natural habitat, which in Texas would be simply into somebody's backyard. 44 of the snakes made their way back into the house.
It was probably the 7th person they've sent in there, and they haven't heard from them again. The reason why the snakes were all pissed off is because they didn't like the movie Cable Guy. True fact. God damn, where's that raid?
For our next story, we go to Britain.
We go all the way to
Fantasyland with my little seeing eye pony,
where they have actually put together, where they have Britain. How do I even go into it? So you guys have heard of seeing eye dogs. Well, in Britain, they have their very first seeing eye miniature pony. This lady, who was terrified of dogs, decided that she wanted to get a different animal to walk her around where she wouldn't hit poles, fall off sidewalks, and to be able to turn on her TV set. So she got herself a seeing eye pony. Yeah, this is an incredible story. Her first animal was a seeing eye cat, but she ended up in trees a lot.
Pony's a much larger animal than a dog and probably needs a lot more taken care of. How big is this pony exactly, Jason?
This pony is about 3 feet off the ground. Of course, the wings are probably about 7 feet in length. Can you imagine the shit it must leave behind? And it takes her hours to clean up because she has to feel around for it. Oh, come on, that's funny.
Actually, how does that work? How do blind people clean up after their dogs if they poop? And it doesn't even end.
There's a video online where they show the lady, she takes her little miniature horse onto the train. Now, this sounds pretty good, but the fact is ponies are bigger than dogs. And can you imagine in about 10 years' time where there will be like thousands of blind people walking around with little ponies.
Not to mention the significant impacts this will have on the environment. We'll have a lot of rainbow-colored crap on the sidewalks.
The reason why they decided to go with miniature horses is because they live longer than dogs.
Miniature ponies live anywhere from 35 to 40 years, which is actually more than a regular horse and definitely more than a dog or a seeing-eye cat.
Yeah, the first project that they used was a seeing-eyed elephant, but there was a lot of broken telephone poles. Believe it or not, they have actually started teaching the seeing-eye horse to turn on the TV, to back up, to sit down, and to do their taxes. The seeing-eye dogs are extremely jealous of this situation, and they are started to protest.
With picket signs. Our next story takes us to Colorado.
So a lady comes out of her house in the morning and she finds that her car is destroyed. Like it is ripped right open. The back end was torn open like a tin can. First thing she thought was, did someone break into my car? No, I'm not kidding. She said that. Did someone break into my car? I mean, the car is destroyed. It turned out a huge bear had broken into her car to steal her ID. Because bears are now wanting to live among humans. True, I can't lie about this stuff. The bear was actually after gummy bears.
If you live anywhere near the woods, it is advised to not leave food in your vehicle or anywhere around your premises, as bears and other animals may be attracted.
Gummy bears. They're terrible food. They're just nothing but sugar. And this is leading to why so many people around the world are extremely overweight. Just because of gummy bears.
It is possible that the bear was looking for some just straight up sugar before hibernation, and he thought gummy bears would be a good option.
Then she turned around, went into her house, and found that the bear had crawled up onto her couch and was just eating all her honey. So just remember, don't leave honey in your house either. In fact, you know what? Don't even live close to the forest.
What kind of vehicle was this, Jay?
It was a smart car, which wasn't very smart because, there was gummy bears put in there. It was an SUV. It was torn apart. Yeah, that's a true fact. The owner said, did someone break into my car? The car is destroyed. Now this lady has trouble watching Goldilocks and the Three Bears and Hansel and Gretel. So it turns out after the police did some extensive investigating, they found tracks that led to this burrow, arrested the subject. It turned out it was Smokey the Bear. He had an addiction not just to cigarettes, but to sugar also. Thank you so much for joining us on another episode of OTL, Animal News. If you like what you heard, like what you saw, subscribe and hit that bell.
Links to the stories are down below.
And there is a secret link. This one is a doozy. You're going to love it. And remember, always support your local animal rescues. See you next week.
Have a good night, everybody.